Let us remember that we are in the most holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. God of truth and beauty, you give each one of us the desire to seek the truth. Fire me with the thirst of knowledge and truth. Let me use that knowledge to build the community of justice and love. God of splendor and glory, you show us your splendor in the heavens, the earth, and the mystery of each person. May I see your presence and warming love in the gifts of this earth. May I reverence this presence. God of companion and journey, you touched the restless heart of Augustine as he searched for you.
Help me to support my friends and teachers in their quest, and seek their help in mine. Remind me that you are within me, and them as teachers and friends. Be present to us in the struggles of life, as we journey together. God of unity, God of peace, you inspired Augustine to gather friends around him in community. May we always live together in harmony, and be one mind and one heart. Amen. Our Lady of Consolation,
pray for us.
Our great Father, Saint Augustine,
pray for us.
Mother Rita, Venerable Mother Consuelo, and all deceased Augustinian sisters and brothers,
intercede for us.
Altogether,
my heart is restless until it rests in you, O my God.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
To our NSTP administrator and our new school president, Sister Joan Infante OSA, the members of the LCCB NSTP Council, our dear NSTP completers, and everyone who are watching this virtual completion ceremony, greetings to all of you. The National Service Training Program is aimed at enhancing civic education, consciousness, and disaster preparedness by developing the ethics of service and patriotism among the youth by virtue of Republic Act 9163, otherwise known as the National Service Training Program Act of 2001. NSTP was developed and operates in the context of education and national defense, both of which are important parts of the larger system of the national development and security policy for the Filipino youth. This program recognizes all of you, our dear NSTP students, your vital role in nation building, and the duty of the state to promote civic consciousness among each one, your holistic development and well-being, and the promotion of the value of nationalism, and the advancement of your involvement in public and civic affairs. Today, we thank God for the success of the implementation of the National Service Training Program in La Consolacion College, Bacolod for academic year 2021-2022. Congratulations to all of you, our dear NSTP completers, and my salutations goes as well to all of our NSTP advisors for their untiring commitment and selfless devotion to the values and ideals of the LCCB National Service Training Program. NSTP is not just a subject. It is more like an advocacy that is instituted in the educational system in higher education. It advocates love of service, love of God, and love of country. Over the course of this academic year, and through your experience in your respective community-based projects implemented this second semester, I'm sure that NSTP has taught you that there are people and communities who are in need. NSTP taught us that all of us has a part in nation building. This program has shown us that it is not necessary to be rich, and that poverty is not a hindrance, and that being a student amidst the pandemic is not a burden to help and do good for others. Through this genuine cooperation and love for community service, we embody the essence of true unity. Through your selfless service to the different communities you have served, I am seeing great leaders emerge who will one day break the chain of corruption in our country. You have witnessed and felt the daily struggles of ordinary Filipinos as a result of your community immersion, activities, and projects. I hope all of you, dear students, were moved and inspired by your community experiences and will continue to serve our brothers and sisters who are last, least, and lost. Always remember that what matters in this world is not how much we have, but what we do with what we have. So whatever special talent you have, whether it's leadership skills, a brilliant mind, academic excellence, or a passion for service, go out there and make a positive change in the society. Do not be satisfied with simply living your life or experiencing your dreams and aspirations. Make your life more meaningful. Reach out and help others. Thank you very much and congratulations once again.
Okay, there you go. Hi, I'm Claire Gonzalez, the project manager of Project AppHack, and I will walk you through our project planning and implementation process. Shall we? We named our project Project AppHack since APHAC stands for A Penny Helps a Community. It consists of 4 members: Lori Regala, the educator; Jessa Panas, the facilitator; Bianca Ebrada, the financial officer; and yours truly, Career Gonzalez, the project manager. We are supervised by our advisors, Sir Daryl Hamora and Ms. Joella Legarto, who made it possible for us to have a successful implementation. Speaking of which, let me tell you a brief explanation of our project's goal. We, the members of Project AppHack, focus on the overlooked, which led us to choosing this one community from Akishala that was newly demolished and had to vacate the area. Because of this, they had to be transferred to a new place which happens to be at Proc Daisy, Barangay Falisa. They had to start from scratch to build new homes, had no electricity, and only had one source of water. Our goal is to help an overlooked community. We plan to give out food packs and keep the children entertained and bring them closer to God. With this plan, we only do not help them financially, but also would bring a change to everyone. In order to make it successful, we plan to solicit physically and through online. Our goal is to help all 94 families, which made it challenging for us. But with everyone's help, we were able to pull it off. People gave us not only monetary donations, but also some food packs that they bought themselves. A club donated a day's worth of visit, which made it easier for us since all we had to do was repack them. With all the help given, we are happy to say that we have successfully reached our budget goal without any problems. We have accounts online on Facebook and Instagram to keep the donors updated. Remember, transparency is a must. Of course, on the last day of our implementation, we also asked Tita Rose, a resident also, to give a comment regarding our project. We are happy to say that we exceeded our own expectations, and here are some clips of our documentations.
Para sa amon, madamog nga salamat sa inyo. Pagka today kay dako gid ang inyo nga nabulig, especially sa mga bata nga nakatuon sila sa pulong sa Dios. At tapos madamog nga salamat sa inyo nga bulig sa mga food pack nga kahit papano nakabulig man sa tagsa-tagsa di sa amon. Kay isang una daw wala gid sa may nagaano di sa amon nga mga kakagto di sa amon, especially nga kami ging relocate kami. Madaming nga salamat sa inyo.
So that's pretty much it. Before ending this video, I would like to tell you all how big of an impact this project not only to the community, but also to us as well.
You see, Barangay Felisa is an overlooked community, and they need as much help as possible. When I first visited the place and told them our plans, their eyes brightened with hope. Thankfully, our project was approved, and we got to finally implement it. Though it takes us 20 minutes to get to the area by foot while carrying the food packs, it became worth it every time we arrive there and see their excitement and grateful smiles.
This made us realize that no help is too big or too small. It is the willingness that matters. During our last visit, they asked us if we would visit again, and without any hesitation, we said yes. Though it might not be as frequent as before, we will visit. They have taught us how we are made to help each other. Surely, that changed our perspective in the best way as possible. Honestly speaking, in a few years from now, we, the group, the members of Project APAC, can see ourselves helping more communities and build more connections with people.
In the whole implementation, we were able to collect 28,000 pesos, which made everything possible. I would like to thank everyone who believed in us, and of course, to those who donated. This wouldn't be possible without all of you. This is Project APAC, thanking and encouraging you to make a difference. Thank you!
Bye!
Backyard gardening is one of the most common activities that can be found in any household. It is the process of transforming outdoor space into a beneficial and productive area for the family or as a home for the cultivation of vegetable plants. This project is undertaken to secure the healthy food production at home and utilize the unused area of the backyard. Our goal is to make availability of fresh and low-cost vegetables. Planting vegetable helps to save money. It is much easier and more convenient than to buy in the market. Also to promote practices of home gardening that are sustainable and chemical-free. We have successfully accomplished our proposal based on the presented activities in Community Development Plan. From planning the whole activity for the implementation, cleaning the area that will be used for gardening, cultivating the soil, planting the vegetable plants and scattering the seeds, and lastly, harvesting. At first, I'm doubting myself if I can pull off this project, but with the help of my family, the project ended with a successful result.
Hi everyone, I am Lovely Almana and I'm the one who received the harvests from Trixie Galeana's garden at Yalugbate in the Down Camote. And I can say those veggies are really fresh and healthy. Kaya upon knowing na siya mismo ang natanim na, it is amazing because hindi na siya makabulig sa individual ay maka-cost less unlike na mag-buy pata sa supermarket. And also, it's beneficial to the environment kaya kaibig niya ang plants sa oxygen. And with those little things that we do, we can create a big difference with the world right now.
Ang project na ginhimo isang akong anak is dakugid na nabulig sa environment, hindi lamang tira, kundi nagamit din sa pakanti nga lupi diri sa amon. Samtang ginahimo, ninamon, we are so happy kay nakabagandin man kami kag ginhimo namin na exercise. Kada aga, kag hapon, paagi sa pagpaknyag. Happy man kami kay isa kami sa nabulig sa iya. And it ended up successful. Kag nag-decide kami nga i-extend ang area kag dugangan namon iban pa nga mga tanong sa kung ginapadayon din namon.
Gardening is fun, yet there are a lot of things that happen before I propose the project and during the implementation. Some are good, some are not. Yet, I tried to make a solution to the situation go the wrong path and celebrated the good ones. Despite that, we ended the project successfully with the help of my family. It was fulfilling that our hard work reflects the outcome of the project. My experience with this is worth it. I've learned how to appreciate the small act of kindness to the environment. Gardening may be a small contribution, yet it is helpful. I do not imagine myself planting and making a garden because I can't make time for this, and I'm not fond of planting, but I realize that I am capable of taking care of plants. It's just a matter of time and dedication. Because I want to try and explore, I also become more aware of how I can help the environment and community. Vegetable gardening does not only benefit us implementers but the environment as well. People have a variety of reasons to do gardening, such as utilizing unused areas in the yard, boosting attractiveness, and taking advantage of several health benefits it offers. Everything from the air we breathe to the carbon footprints we left is hence impacted by gardening. For both personal and environmental reasons, gardening is well worth our time and effort. Any type of greenery we can plant will have a positive impact on our surroundings. Gardening is not only aesthetically pleasing, but they also contribute to a healthy environment and reduction in carbon emissions. And so, we should take advantage of any space we have to plant and contribute to a good environmental impact. NSTP is helpful to the students and youth. It does not only help us develop ourselves for the betterment of life, but also teaches us to help the society in small ways. It increases our awareness to what is really happening and prepares us from whatever we may face as we go outside the walls of the school so that if the time comes, we will know what should be done and are already responsible enough in making our own decisions.
Humans are generating too much trash and cannot deal with it in a sustainable way. Waste that is not biodegradable and cannot be properly recycled is filling our oceans and landfills. Now join our team as we revive our Earth in our own ways. along the coastal area of every barangay is observed as the population increases. Difficulties in controlling the community on proper disposal of their garbage has been a problem to its environment. As part of the main objective of the proposed project, a coastal cleanup along the shore of the said barangay as well as its nearby areas. This aims to promote a better environment for the residents of the barangay. This would also help minimize the garbage in the coastal areas, prevent diseases caused by improper waste disposal, and provide abundant opportunities for the residents, especially the fishermen and the indigents living in the coastal areas, such that they are the main target and the center of the project. Mangroves are salt-tolerant trees, also called halophytes, and are adapted to live in harsh coastal conditions. They contain a complex salt filtration system and a complex root system to cope with the saltwater immersion and wave action. Mangroves provide essential habitat for thousands of species. They also stabilize shorelines, preventing erosion and protecting the land. Many coastal habitats, including mangroves, coral reefs, and salt marshes, can significantly reduce flooding and erosion, and thus protect people and property from the damages caused by storms, sea level rise, and king tides. Let us always remember, a clean environment is essential for healthy living.
A pleasant day to each and everyone. I am Jael Claire N. Iaptizan, the NSTP Chastity Class Mayor. I believe that this quote from our dear Mother Teresa sums up our journey as an NSTP student. Cumulating our hard works, compassion, and service to humankind brings us all here in this very moment. Going back from the last 2 years, seeing how humanity was challenged through this pandemic, our war zone has definitely changed. From guns and fires, bombs and death threats, to better healthcare system, diversity, climate justice, and equality. These complications have risen up in our society today and questioned ourselves, how can we make a difference? Despite our individual struggles, physically, mentally, and emotionally, I am very proud of my fellow community servants in allowing themselves to break the odds and create change within our community, initiated projects that would impact our humanity as a whole. Projects such as Kalinga Kalusugan Project, Magtulungan para sa ikabubuti ng kapaligiran, Go Grow Goal, Clean and Green Project, Grow to Give Project, Neighborhood Garden, Guhit ng Edukasyon, The Sweet Samaritan, Cleaning Operation, and Feeding Programs for the kids. These are only few of the many projects of NSTP department, and it only signifies that in unity, compassion, and service, we can make a difference. As we celebrate the same success of our undying service, may this be a testament not just to our generation today, but for the future generations. That anything is possible if we all come together in creating change towards humanity. May we continue to keep our hearts open to those who are less, last, and lost. And together, we can make the world a better place again. Thank you, and once again, good day.
NSTP Compassion. Hi, I'm Jeremy Andre Digoy. I just wanted to say, like most students, NSTP is described as a love it or hate it relationship. For most, I love the subject, and I wanted to share what sisters said to me before. It is no longer called tree planting, it is called tree growing. Ensuring that we don't just plant, but to actually let them nourish and grow. So to say, from NSTP 1, we have chosen our plants, picked the right soil, and nurtured them into implementation at NSTP 2. Looking back now, I'm glad to see our plant in the community my groupmates and I work for. Even though we have passed and finished all of our projects and portfolios, our services to the communities doesn't end there. Plants never stop growing, and so should we. Through that saying, I've completely understand what it means to be an NSTP graduate.
In the past 2 years, we realized that there are a lot of things that we can do, but then it has restricted us to do because of the pandemic. Yet, here we are right now, having the success of doing the things that we are used to, that we were just planning before. As an LCCN, we crave for charity, we crave for being altruistic, to serve in our community, to serve our purpose, to promote and to protect and to help our fellow Filipinos. But thankfully, we have this project implementation program in the NSTP that helps us students to be a nation builder and to serve our part in the community, to help our fellow Filipinos, because if there are anyone who understands them, it would be us who see it firsthand, how they are living, how they feel, and how or what we should be doing as a community to them. I personally feel that being able to do things that help my fellow kababayan is really something that I am really looking forward to now in my life. It is one of my goals right now, to be able to help them and to serve more and to see what I can do, where I can serve more, how can I extend my help. Because seeing the warmth of these people that we help is really something that cheers us up. Seeing that they are happy because they have someone who lends them a hand is something that really warms our heart. There are a lot of people who did a lot of things. There are a lot of students who did a lot of things to help these communities. Some of them didn't just only feed the hunger, some of them helped the animals, some of them planted plants, some of them did things that nobody did expect them to do. But then here we are right now, celebrating the success of these students, and we are very happy because there is the initiative to let the students grow in the community wherein real life exists. to take part in things that they've never experienced before, or to at least help to those who have experienced it before. We thank people who made this thing possible for us students, for us to serve our purpose in the community, because we believe that success is something that we should celebrate. Ang tagumpay ay hindi nasusukat sa material na bagay, kundi sa kung paano natin maaangat ang buhay ng ating kababayan. Bilang Pilipino, kailangan natin panatiliin na ang pag-usad ng ating buhay ay tuloy-tuloy. We must always remember that the spirit of Kapit BC will always flow within our blood, anywhere else, kahit saan man tayo sa mundo rather. And we are thankful that we are able to show this through the Philippines, that we are a nation builder and we crave for charity, we crave to do something good.
Children are an heritage of the Lord. From the book of Psalms chapter 127 verse 3. Upon hearing that NSTP will give us an opportunity to conduct a community project, it brings a smile on my face, for this is a privilege to serve my community. Hands for Kids is the project that I and my group came up with. This is to reach out those children living inside their small boxes, a box where there is no hope, seeing only four corners, having no vision for a future, and settling for less. We want them to explore outside of their own boxes, seeing the real world and knowing that there is hope. It is really an amazing and a blessed feeling going out every Saturday morning to go to our area, seeing those kids approaching you and shouting your name together with a genuine smile. That precious sound I and my group is looking forward every time we go there. Amidst of this pandemic, we all followed safety protocols and we make sure that to connect with the barangay chairperson, their parents, and to their guardian of the beneficiaries. This experience taught us that we can enjoy simple things and that what matters. This experience taught us to be more grateful on what we have. This experience taught us that without Christ, everything will be nothing. Such an honor to invest in the lives of these kids, knowing that they can do more, knowing that they have a brighter future when they give back their lives to God. Such a joy teaching them good Christian values, telling them amazing stories about the Bible, and showing them the love of Christ. The time, money, effort, the love, and Christ is the greatest thing that we can give them, because no one can replace it. Hearing them enjoying each song you sing and seeing them having their full attention, listening to Bible stories is the most precious picture we could ever imagine. I thank all the NSTP teachers who brought this all up, and big thank you to God for allowing this to happen. It is indeed a wonderful feeling knowing that God is with us in every single step we take as we go on. I pray that these children will grow more in grace and in love of Christ. And also to my group mates, I pray that they will see this as a blessing and take this as a part of their lives. Everything is nothing when we do it ourselves, but it is the greatest investment in heaven when God calls our name on that day. It was all by His grace. This is Christian. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. On behalf of my class section NSTP Friendship, I'm Hershime M. Salga, class mayor under Mr. Anthony Deo Cadiz. Well, first of all, would like to thank to all the staffs and teachers, and most especially to all the sisters of La Consolacion College Bacolod for giving us the chance to experience the lifelong learning that we can use in our daily lives. National Service Training Program gives a student the opportunity to make use ourselves open, not just only in our community, but also the happenings in our surroundings. This pandemic has given us challenge and changes, especially in the way we live and of course in our education. But there is hope that despite of what is happening around us, there is still a way and people who will give light in our lives and make us believe that there is something beautiful out there. Well, helping other people, even in a simple way, can make a change and impact to them, as well as can influence them to do the same thing. The journey that we have here in NSTP, the knowledge, practices, and sharing of our teachers and classmates can give us something to touch hearts of others until we made the action itself. Well, I've learned to be grateful in what we have in our life, especially seeing all of the hard works of my fellow students and their project implementation, and the teacher who also give us the guidance. We need always to remember to be grateful in our life because those people wants to experience what we have. Our nature need us more to take care of it and also give love and kindness to spread happiness as well, to make our lives and community a better place.
Greetings, everyone. First and foremost, it is an honor to be having a speech around you all. I would like to thank and congratulate each and every one of you who surpassed the difficulties throughout the entire school year of NSTP2. A brilliant girl named Anne Frank quoted, "No one has ever become poor by giving." NSTP2 taught me everything on how we be able to serve in our communities. Not just how, but also sharing an idea that taught us what we can do or what is our capabilities to serve. My experience throughout the entire school year is that I managed to handle such things that is so many obstacles to get through. For as the project implementation, this is what gives us the challenge. It's both a struggle because of the pandemic and satisfaction because it is our role as a student to serve in our communities. It is a privilege to us students that we are engaging in this kind of activities. We are able to help others to inspire, motivate, and teach to also help others on what capabilities that they have. It is also an experience where we socialize with different people throughout the entire project implementation. And to conclude this speech, I'll leave a speech quoted from Elle Woods from the movie Legally Blonde. It is said to be that it is with passion, courage and conviction, and a strong sense of self that we take our next steps into the world. You must always have faith in people, and most importantly, you must always have faith in yourself. Thank you and congratulations to NSTP2 class of school year 2021 and 2022.
An Augustinian greetings to everyone, to the faculty, teachers, and all students. We are here today because we are graduating from the National Service Training Program, and I am here in behalf of my class to share our experiences working on community projects during these difficult times. We are grateful that the government and the institution recognize the youth's contribution to society and understand that the youth play an important part in the nation building. We had grown so much as a result of NSTP. We grow physically, morally, spiritually, intellectually, socially, and economically. We understand and revere patriotism and nationalism even more. Participating in the community service projects has been eye-opening for us. We learned so much by doing this throughout the pandemic. We are also delving deeper into more political issues, which we have managed to examine and assist in the most basic of ways. As NSTP grads who have done community projects and services, I am convinced that we can contribute wherever life takes us. We have backgrounds because of NSTP anytime we had aspirations to become public servants. From various improvements done to their households, and to those students who put themselves into the community, I know that the time and effort and money you invested are not something to be overlooked. We are all recognized here for our dedication and leadership. This NSTP2 and all the projects that we've done and we completed were a lot of fun, interesting, and the greatest. Some of us are new to community service, and some have no idea at all about community service, but we all participated. And I believe that is the spirit of this unit in college.
Good day everyone, my name is Paul, the class mayor of Section Justice. My experience from NSTP 1 and 2 was amazing and a great success. But what is success? I believe we all have our own definition of success. We all have different talents. Some of us will be architects, engineers, some educators, chef, flight attendant, IT, or business. The most selfish thing you can do in this world is help someone else. Why is it selfish? Because the gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling of helping others, nothing's better than that. Not the jewelry, the big houses, not the car, it's the joy. That's where the joy is, in helping others. That's where the success is. And lastly, dream big. Take note of this. How big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail? Right? The only thing that's stopping us is ourselves. So take one step in the right direction and you're halfway there to making your dreams come true.
From the start up to this point, National Service Training Program have provided us with a quality information about what and how it is really to become a nation builders. Amidst this pandemic, we were able to indulge ourselves through various community projects and valued knowledge specifically from the field itself. When we say NSTP, it is not only about service and program that prepares us in the reality of what we are taking up, but it has a purpose specifically on how, why, when, and where we will become leaders, volunteers, and advocate, and to imply action or solution into certain challenges. Whenever we started something, there's always an end where we could imply what we have summoned and acquired. Let me give you 3 things that I had pondered upon in taking this program, not just as a requirement, but as an experience to become a nation builder. First is to know. A person who can think for what is really happening has the knowledge and has its own understanding to the reality of now, is somewhat capable in dealing things and solve certain challenges that has been awakened. This is connected to the second point that I wanted to imply, which is to seek. When we know about things, we aren't only thinking for it, but we seek with purpose, knowing that we have opened a case of solution to a certainty where we can act for. In seeking for something, we need every detail to partake the purpose of why we are seeking it. And with that, my last point is for us to act. Having the knowledge, seek the gaps, it is where our potential to conclude, and that is for us to act. NSTP have fueled us to unleash the best in us, to unleash our potential in building this nation into something that is more reliable, resourceful, effective, and efficient in preparing us in the real experiences. I know that each one of us has their own reflection for this program, but all I want for us to know, seek, and act, for we are one of the adjacent to change, and by repurposing oneself as we get along our way. At this point, I would like to highlight our instructor, Mrs. Bernadette Tubas, for uplifting us in our journey as a student from section leadership. All her efforts and beauty to assess us in this program were effective, as we have filled our knowledge with who we really are as a nation builder. And to all the instructors of this National Service Training Program, a gratitude to all of you. And to my fellow students, classmates, we did it. High hopes to us. Let me end this with a quote from Mahatma Gandhi. My national service is part of my training for freeing my soul from the bondage of the flesh. I'm Kiva Mahusay, a BS Architecture student from the section Leadership. Let us know to seek and to act.
Having the NSTP subject was very challenging, especially that we are not in a face-to-face or classroom setup. But with the help of our advisor, Ms. Cornelia Fernandez, we were able to learn a lot from it. If I could share a takeaway from all of the topics discussed, it would be about voters' education and lifelong learning. Lifelong learning shows us that there is more to education than just being in the four corners of our classroom. As we walk the path of life, we continue to grow and develop as individuals. It nurtures our curious minds, keeps us with a constant changing world, builds new skills, improves those who already have open minds, increases wisdom, improves memory, and increases self-esteem. It also creates opportunities for a better job. And the main purpose of voters' education is specifically the citizen voter education that aims to acquaint the electorate with the basic concepts of democracy and the role of elections in democracy and governance. It stresses the importance of one's vote, encourage voters to participate in the whole electoral and governance process.
Hello everyone, a pleasant morning or afternoon to all of you. I am Satalea Zaljudaldi Sana from Section Obedience, and I am taking Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management. I feel so grateful because I gained a lot of knowledge and skills from this subject, like during our class every Saturday, during Voters Education Forum, and during seminar workshop. But my most favorite is during the implementation of our project proposal, which is a cleanup drive operation. Our experiences during cleanup drive was so tough. It is challenging for us to clean other people's trash, especially under a very hot weather. And I learned the importance of our surroundings at that time. But otherwise, it is more fun and memorable. I made new friends, gained and developed skills like my communication skills, creativity, teamwork, negotiation, and a lot more. And aside from that, I realized as a student or as a citizen of this country, I should make this a habit to participate in this kind of activities because this is very useful, especially nowadays. We are all now experiencing climate change and global warming, and we should take immediate actions, big or small ways to prevent it because this will enable the next generation to enjoy the blessings God gave us. And that's it. Thank you for listening and God bless us all.
My name is Shamam Samuel Sibalius, and I'm the class mayor of NSTP Section P. So for me, I can say that I've learned a lot of things, and NSTP 2 was really more challenging than in NSTP 1. The reason for that is because in NSTP 1, it just focuses merely on introducing what it is and what NSTP really stands for. So most of our tasks revolved around writing, multiple choice questions, and self-reflections. Right now, on the second semester, most of the tasks were really about planning the projects and implementing them on the community. So it focused more on how we are able to apply what we've learned and implement the things that we are taught. It was a challenge because of the pandemic. Most of our meetings have become limited, and that is because some of us are not allowed to go out. It delayed the progress of our project. For me, I can say that commitment is really the key here to be able to cause our projects to flourish and to succeed. Because without commitment, it would simply die down. So no matter how hard or how busy it is, we should always learn how to allot time to make it improve and to keep it growing. Commitment is really key because without it, the project will not flourish. Being able to have the dedication despite the hardships being an architecture student is one of the best things I've learned. I've learned that being able to keep on pushing forward and contribute for the betterment of the community is what makes a good citizen. NSTP2 has become a great part of my life's journey. It taught me a lot of things, and I can say that it made me into a better person and a good citizen of the country.
Greetings to each and everyone. In behalf of our class, I am the representative of NSTP2 Prudence. My name is Crisel T. Alfonso and my advisor is Ms. Hannah Masilungan. 2 years ago, the World Health Organization declared the spread of COVID-19 a worldwide pandemic. Reacting to virus, schools at every level were sent scrambling. Institutions across the world switched to virtual learning with teachers, students, and local leaders quickly adapting to an entirely new way of life. My experiences in implementing our approved project is that first, I thought that it wouldn't be possible. I must admit that this was one of the many challenging stages that I've fought in my life. During the implementation of our NSTP project, there are various of complications that I and my other groupmates had experienced. For instance, when we conduct our coastal cleanup and feeding program as our NSTP project, the communication with the members, their availability, the weather, and lastly, the finances are the specific difficulties that hurdle us to have a smooth completion of our task. Aside from that, it was a tiring activity to handle and facilitate. But at the end of the day, it was fulfilling and fun to reminisce. The idea that we helped to clean the bay and leave the coastal with less garbages on the surface brings joys in our heart. Knowing that the children can now play there without smelling the stink odor and the biodiversity of the aquatic animals will be free from polluted surroundings. Also, it was a grateful experience to help the children in the community with their nutrition. The gained knowledge that we acquired in these two activities were very beneficial and helpful to us when it comes to widening and broadening our knowledge in this specific field. Like for example, processing documents in barangay, making letters for the approval of the said activity to the group leader where our project would be held. I think by accepting the challenges and accomplishing the given task, I have realized that it made me stronger than I was before. It made me realize that I am this strong to overcome those challenges, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually.
A pleasant and blessed day to everyone. My name is Lixin P. Evangelio, and I am speaking in behalf of my fellow students from NSTP Truth. My experience in my NSTP2 class was like no other. After hearing from our advisor that we will be having a project implementation in our second semester, I was very much excited because finally I get to do hands-on activities other than just learning virtually. I envisioned my project implementation experience to be something like an adventure. Except, we weren't like those fearless adventurers in the movies. Instead, we were just students who have faults and insecurities. We stumble and fall too, but we're also courageous. We don't have fancy gadgets or maps to guide us forward. Instead, we have the knowledge and constant guidance given to us by our mentors and advisors. They are the maps that lead us to our success in our own projects. Honestly, it was quite tiresome, challenging, and sometimes frustrating, especially when unforeseen events hinder us from achieving our goals. But that's where our friends and family come along. I truly believe that this project implementation does not only teach us students to be responsible, but it also teaches us humility, to learn when to ask for help. Because there's always someone who we can count on. I realize that teamwork is essential in these types of projects because it concerns all those parts of our community. As we approach the end of this school year and at the end of our individual projects, I want to salute each student who worked hard and sacrificed their time and effort just to make a difference. Even if it's just within the community, you deserve all the praise and gratitude. To our mentors and advisors, especially to our NSTP advisor, Ms. Jennifer Tingson, all of you are truly the guiding light of our nation. Your words weigh so much in our hearts, and though we can't express it fully, we are truly thankful for your dedication to instill the hard-earned learnings you accumulated in your life into ours. And for that, I and every other student salute you. Thank you and God bless.
I would like to start my speech with the saying, "There is nothing impossible to him who will try," quoted by Alexander the Great. Without a doubt, we were greatly affected by this pandemic. Limited activities, community lockdown, and some changes in how classes work. We were prohibited from going out due to the rapid spread of the COVID-19. However, people started getting vaccinated and cases were going down. I really got excited when I heard that we will be having a community-based project. For 2 years of not being able to do some physical activities related to school was stressful but also refreshing. Various projects were conducted in different cities like feeding programs for the kids, teaching kids basic education, mangrove planting, cleaning the canals, and etc. I really enjoyed and learned a lot from our project, which is a teaching and feeding program for the kids. Despite their lack of resources, they are trying their best to learn and they are passionate about learning something new. To our NSTP advisors, classmates, friends, and family, thank you for giving us this opportunity to conduct our project safely. I am Raymar Carbote, the class mayor of Section Unity. Thank you.
Good day, my dear students. Good day, dear teachers, and our NSTP coordinator, Sir Ajayan Valiao. At the outset, I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you, my dear students and teachers, and Sir Ajayan. All of you have worked so hard for a successful NSTP implementation. All of you did your best, and for that, I am truly thankful and I am proud of each of you. It was not easy to implement your projects given the limitations of mobility that are imposed by the pandemic. yet you were driven to serve and to build communities. That is what NSTP is about. You fed the hungry, you did backyard gardening, you did clean up drives, you looked after stray dogs even. These and more you have done even with limited mobility. How much more could you do if only there was no pandemic? You saw problems in your communities and you provided solutions to address those problems. That is a good start. In fact, it is a very good start of serving our neighbors, of showing our love for God by using our talents, skills, and abilities and resources to help improve the lives of others. Later on, when you will grow older, you will not just look at the problems around you. Later on, you will try to ask questions. Why do these problems exist? Now that is going deeper into the problem. And hopefully, as you mature further, as you grow older, you will continue to think about the real causes, the root causes of these problems, and the multiplicity of causes for the poverty, the hunger, the pollution, the environmental degradation that we are facing now. And as we look deeper into these problems and their root causes, hopefully we shall be able to collaborate more, to work with other agencies, to work with other people, to address these concerns for a better Philippines, a better society, a better world. You are LCCB NSTP students, and today you are graduating. You are nation builders. You are servants of the community. You are children of God who are imbued with the values of love and service for others, especially the last, the least, and the lost. I wish you all the best as you continue your studies. I wish you all the best as you continue to serve your families, your communities, and the society. I wish you all the best as you make your dreams a reality. Once again, congratulations everyone for a successful NSTP 1 and 2 completion. God bless you all.